Welcome to Friday. You can fry an egg or you can fry your brain.
Oh, I'm newly calibrated. All shiny and clean. I'm your recent adaptation. Time to redefine me. Oh, I'm feeling better now.
Bitch. Welcome back. Friday. Discouraging day. Now I gotta sit around, wait, do something on Monday. We're supposed to get a 6 to 8 inches of snow, depending on who you talk to. We're looking at West Coast IPA from Castle Danger. This one weighs in at 7%. And this is out of a multi-pack that I would like to thank my Patreon members for making this possible. Oh, I didn't pour that very aggressively. My fault. Nipples! I don't know if they're always like that or if she pinches the hell out of those and then says, hey, take my picture because you could hang a coat hanger on them. So it's got a really deep amber to it. I don't know. For me, East Coast, West Coast, I don't know if it... I don't know. I thought I liked one and didn't like the other one, and now I can't remember which one is which. Which is correct in the middle. Cheers, you deplorable bastards, you. This one's not bad. Has a nice, almost like a dry, not almost like a, it has a, Angie Griffin, still happening. A nice, dry, bitter finish left on the tongue. Kind of kicks your ass a little bit, you know, kind of like something that Stephen Bush, he always said that he likes an IPA that has some kick ass to it, and I'm not getting any pineapple or fruit of any kind. Yeah, this is decent. There's two more. First, saying first, being first is the J Doggian. And then he says, I only spent $200 a day towards my FNX 45. Congratulations. Maybe it's just me, but there's really only, smile money, write this down. There's only one non-1911 chambered in 45 that I would really like, and that's the HK. And now I can't even remember the number, but they're very expensive. You don't see them up for sale much, and when you do, you can't afford to buy one. And it's chambered in 45. It's almost been a kind of a like a holy grail HK. Guess if it's so holy grailish, I should really know what it is. It's a big gun though. Other than that, in a 45, I know you're gonna say this is weird, but a Glock 21 holds a lot of rounds, and if I'm gonna go 45, I want to carry as many rounds as possible. I haven't been carrying the 1911s much lately, Not even on weekends. I've pretty much solely stick with the Hellcat RDP is my in the house gun, and when I go anywhere, it's the walking around gun today, the HK VP9 Tactical. Maybe small money is just beating me down, and it's going to get to the point where, yeah. Don't even ask Eric what he's carrying, because he's carrying the HK VP9 Tactical. It's the only damn thing he carries. I need to get a left. Yes, I need to get a left hand holster for the other VP9 tactical, not tactical. Do you feel lucky? Well, do you, punk? Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. The best feeling gun in my hand, other than the HK VP9 Tactical, is a 1911. Don't like them with the thin grips. I like them just with the normal grip. The one that I bought from David, and then he had seller's remorse. Wanted to buy it back to me. I politely said no, and I guess if he would have cried about it, I might have, but I like the fact that, and I know exactly why he switched from his Carry 1911, which was I don't know. It was too heavy, and going back to the Smith & Wesson Performance Center, I think it's a great gun. I seem to have this issue between the 5-inch barreled guns and the 4-inch. In a 1911, I prefer the commander size. So the one from Scott and the one from David, I love them. It always comes down to round count. And I know there's always a person out there who's like, well, if you know what you're doing, you only need to have one bullet. Well, what are we doing? Are we putting down one guy walking through the door of or smashing in the door of my house? Or am I, at a restaurant and 5 guys come in with full automatics? So, as someone who likes to, well, first of all, I carry all the time. I mean, seriously, the only time the gun is not on me, and I actually have forgotten and gone to sleep, but I sleep on my, and the funny thing is I actually woke up around 1 or 2 in the morning to take a leak and realized that it was still on my side, and I sleep on my right side. So I am sleeping on it, and I love the little guy is carrying around in the house. And I have an inside and an outside waistband holster that Pete made me for it too. I've just like the VP9, like the HKs. No, it's just, that's the whole thing with the round count. I mean, and yes. I mean, when I do carry one of them, I usually always make sure that in my cargo pants pocket, what pisses me off is all the pairs of pants that I have, except for my Duluth Pack fire hose pants. I bought 2 pairs of them, and I swore they were work pants. They're going to be work pants and only work pants. Well, the heavier pair, the actual, yes, there she is. The actual fire hose material one, I wore as work pants. And then I bought the microfiber, which they said, imagine you take the regular pants and then you have a machine that takes out a certain amount of the material so that they breathe better. And I like those pants so much that they never wore them to work, but they finally disintegrated. First I had a hole here, then I got a hole there, and then I had wore them to work. I guess you know what here killed them? Their initial thing was to be work pants, and the one and only time I wore them to work, I bent over and it ripped from my crotch about that much, and I'm like, fuck. And then the next time I bent down to pick something out, the rip went to there, And by the time I got home, I told Christine, I said, no, I'm not going to go to the store. I don't give a shit if you need a tank of oxygen. I'm not going to the store. My fucking balls are hanging out here, okay? So I don't think she believed me until I got home, and then she just busted up laughing. I go, I fucking told you, my balls are hanging out here. There's no fixing these. That microfiber, evidently, it was like a 18650 battery. They gave it their all, and then they just disintegrated. But those pants, probably number one in the lineup. Those pants are like $75 a piece. And back when I bought them, and J-Dog will contest to this, they actually had a lifetime warranty. The pair that ripped on me, I would have been able to just walk in the door, hand them those pants, go and pick out a brand new pair, and walk out for free. But too many people were abusing the policy. I mean, for starters, why would you buy more than one? Well, I guess if you want to not have to, if you want more for the, I would love to be able to get more of them, but they're not in the budget. I actually found a pair on Amazon, and they were like $10, and I'm just going to give them a try, and if they seem like they're okay, I'm going to go with them. But I want a pair of pants that, those fire hose pants were the only ones that had a pocket on my left side. So if you imagine that you gotta, dump your mag and then have a hand that you can, I mean, the fact that, it never worked out because all my carpenter's pants and all those, they just have a pocket right here. Yeah, I still had mags with me, which is better than not having mags with me, but in the event that you need to actually do shit quickly, you want your free hand to be where the pocket. Yeah. Okay, Jeremy, fuck off. Okay. Sorry, I digress. Rich says, cheers all. Cheers, Richie Poo. Oh, and before we get too much time on the clock and I lose everybody but the SHers, Locked and Loaded tonight on Rumble. The link is down in the description box. And we will be talking about, what does the end of the world look like to you? What are you going to do? What is your plan? Do you have a plan in place now? And I don't know if John's going to be there. There hasn't been confirmation. He didn't say he wasn't. I mean, obviously, send a link. If he shows up, he shows up. That goes for all of them. But it's funny because it's the J's. John, Jeremy, Joey, and Johnny. Hell yeah, brother. And me. So I have really, and I'll give credit where credit is due. I have really felt that switching to Rumble, I felt that, okay, the end is here. We can't do Spreaker. We don't have the audience that we have. We are literally just starting over. You never even had a chance to do a last show saying, listen, Spreaker sucks a dick, and you can find me on Rumble, especially all of you people in India and Raja in his tent in Zimbabwe or whatever. We had one guy somewhere where I didn't even think they had electricity. I just imagined some poor bastard listening to the show in a tent somewhere or a cave, and he's either on a pedal bike with a generator or he's got one of those wind-up radios. Oh, Locked and Loaded, the boys! He's so fucking funny! But it just seems like what felt like the plane dropping from the sky and the end is near. I have really actually enjoyed doing the Rumble thing. It has me to the point where even Christine, she's Well, the one show where she kicked my ass and had 300 and something views, and then she's like, well, I think I plateaued. I'm only going to be 100 and something. Jesus, you've had 3 fucking shows. Stop with your negativity. Yeah, if you wake up in the morning and go, you know what, today's going to be a lousy day. It probably will be a lousy day, but fuck all of that. That should have been yesterday's shirt. Get up, say this is going to be a great day, and make it a great day. Grab a titty. Do whatever you need to do to make it a good day. I think you are in charge of your destiny. You can make it a good day, or you can make it a bad day. You can make it a good day for somebody else. I don't know if I told the story, so Jeremy, I'm just going to tell it again. Go to Menards, and the lady, one of the ladies that's always there in the morning shift or whatever, when I'm there, she was standing there and she looked a little down, and I said, I go, good morning. And she goes, good morning. And I said, you seem like you need like a little pick-me-up or something. I said, I can do that. She goes, you can? I go, yeah. You ready? And I go, ta-da! And she fucking just started laughing. And she goes, thank you. She goes, thank you. I need, and it's just like, ta-da! Something as simple as that. So, touch somebody. Don't actually show her your balls, and maybe she'll show you hers. So, yeah, locked and loaded. It's just, it just seems like I've really enjoyed it. It seems like there's okay, this is it. We're starting over. I don't know if it's ever going to go anywhere, but the people, the usual suspects that were in the chat room all these years for Locked and Loaded, when it was blog radio on Spreaker or the blog radio shit, you guys are still hanging out in the chat room, and you're still making the show great again. Den says, so that's what E looked like in the 80s. Then he says E5 or E6, whatever, forgot if it made it through or not. Yeah, E5 did. E5 was, they're freaking everything, I told you. E1 and E10 are the only thing not called in that whole row. Cheapo Gun Guy, life is problems. Living is solving problems. Mega. Cheapo Gun Guy. I mean, I don't have a button that really works for Mega, but I guess that's close. Then, you could probably smile money the hammer spring on the TAC 79 with an old AR hammer spring or something. Yeah, I'd have to take it apart and see. I mean, it was only the one. Now granted, it was the first one and it was a fail, and the second time it fired. And after that, we never even used it. I mean, literally, if I want to, I don't know. It's just, I have to maybe see if there's something I can do to juice it up a little bit. But either way, this one has been rehomed. As full disclosure goes, I tried to give it to one of my brothers, and he said, well, I don't really have a scenario where I could probably even use it. And it was even his suggestion, give it to Jeremy because maybe he can do a video and then just put the thing on his boat, which is going to happen. But I have to remember to email ordinance group. But Jeremy wants we want to try to outdo the video that we did. But Jeremy will be the person shooting shit, and I will be the photographer. The camera down range, we both figured what we need to do is we need to move the camera to the 100-yard range and not at the 75-yard range. Take one shot, verify that it looks good. I can also zoom out, which there's that feature that I didn't use, but I think we can do an even better video for exotic ammo. And when the video is all done, I want Jeremy to have this because he has a boat. And when you don't have now, Jeremy, let's not have a repeat of the incident that you had with the fireworks when you used to live right next to the police department. I can already see Jeremy doing some in-townies with this. I would. I almost did the night everybody was here. I was just going to go out and do one in the alley, and we giggle and then run in the house like girls. But that's it's the other beers. One of yes. Just for bad, let's just see if we can. Oh yeah. Oh, it's growing right to the rim. Mm. Oh. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, sure, why not? This kind of looks like redhead, younger version of Auntie Diane. Which, may I say, if you've seen the picture, her tits did feel pretty good. And she likes them squeezed. Eltenda says, cheers, Rambo-me. Thank you, Eltenda. Sometime before we die, we need to get back together too, and I promise I won't serve you grappa again. Well, that's right. I didn't serve you grappa the last time. Salty. Trump just dismantled the crap department of stupidification. Well, I know he put something out there, but I know in order to make that happen, it would have to have a congressional approval. But I fully agree. Department of Education doesn't need to exist. FBI doesn't need to exist. ATF, they can fuck themselves and then unexist. It's like a little bubble in the universe just goes. Where'd they go? Who cares? As long as they're not here. Bada bing, bada splooch. Mike says, cheers. Cheers, Mike. Then he says, it's always great to see David J. Brown on the show. We need him more often. Well, here's the problem with that, as you've probably heard from David talking, is that is getting harder and harder to do, and I guess it is possible to go up to his place and, yes, absolutely, do a brewery review where if I have more than one beer, possibly make something like a weekend where, Christine can go with and can all sit out on his deck and I'll do a brewery review from his place. Even alive on Rumble, if you guys could push me over 100 subscribers over there. Oh, Nagasaki. No, you Nagasaki me. Smart Money says, number 12 commenter, I was at work. That is honorable. Dr. Fat Nut says, I've been noticing a lot of Star of Davids in the thumbnails. Did you convert? Or are you trying to tell us something about a certain island? Yes. No, Dr. Fat Nuts. That is strictly a dig back at John Solar. Because there was a incident that took place during the month that we were there, me and Nihap, and sort of left Star of David's on all of his shit when we left. I blame Nihap. I only did a couple things. Unfortunately, most of mine won't be found until there's construction done on the house. But yeah, he's been finding Star of David's on lots of shit moving forward, back of his toothpaste container and that kind of stuff. So I just kind of threw it there to see if he would notice. He hasn't left a comment, so it probably means he has not been watching these, because there was some kind of a plumbing issue where he is, and he had a hole to fill. Oh, hi Amanda, if you're watching. Subcomment, Mr. 27 says, people who like not of David Starr like an island, question mark. Then he says, Amos 5:25-27. I have no idea what any of you are talking about. Nothing religious. No, I did not convert. I am a Catholic, and I went through the whole thing and was confirmed. And let's just say that I think all I'm going to say is I think having faith in something is a good thing. I don't know if you'd call it an awakening or I'm just a asshole hypocrite, but it seems like some of the biggest hypocrites that I personally know and have met are Catholics. This whole, turn the other cheek unless it's fucking Trump. Those kind of people. Shake it off. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Stormy, government. If we tax you more for existing, using literally everything, it will stop climate change. Just don't ask about naturally released methane in the atmosphere, or are a right-wing, or you are a right-wing extremist. Exactly, Stormy. So much shit has been proven wrong. How many things, if you spend the time looking for it, did someone fucking say, oh, if we don't do this, by 2020 we're all going to be dead. If we don't do this, by 2022, California's going to be gone. They're all going to... You're an idiot. You're an idiot. It's all about... It's been about nothing but fucking control and money. And then there's number 3. Where's that number 1? Smile Money. Hellion is still on the wish list. Yes, Smile Money. The Hellion is literally the only thing. The only thing. And well, Christine got me a really nice knife for my birthday, so I guess the Hellion isn't going to happen. Not to mention, I don't know where that money would come from right now, because if I had literally had money that I could blow right now, it would be on a few tools that I need. If I had a lot of money that I could blow right now, I would probably store my truck for the summer and purchase an all-wheel drive van, like a Sprinter or something like that. I know NIHAP sent me a list of what vehicles that are out there that are four-wheel drive, but I'm sorry, I will not buy a two-wheel drive vehicle. And that's, yeah, so that's what I would do if I won, you know, if I won like so much money that I could just retire and just grab a brand new truck and a fifth wheel and go start visiting, seeing the country and visiting my YouTube friends. Yeah, I would make sure that there was tools with, because I would literally go, okay, we're here on vacation. What do you got? What do you got that needs to be fixed or done at your house? Because I tell you what, I won a great big lottery, and it's not like I have to have any money, but well, I tell you what, I'll fix whatever needs to be fixed. But while I'm here, you're gonna feed me and buy beer. And John's budget for alcohol probably between me and NIHAP, the alcohol budget probably exceeded the materials cost in that month. Sub comment, Smile Money himself. Ruger has a 10mm carbine. I bet you would like it better than the MCK. Yes, I wouldn't mind having the Ruger, but Smile Money, do you know that Smith & Wesson just released their 10mm carbine, and it folds, which means it would easily fit in, like, for instance, this pack. This pack that I have, the Explorer. I would say of all of the new shit out there, that Smith & Wesson, that has me, I did start to get some push. Yeah, I would absolutely love that Smith & Wesson 10mm carbine. But the Hellion thing is so freaking awesome. And I actually have had the chance to hold it and not shoot it, but hold it. Given she's hot, but once again, I do have to point out that my titties are bigger. Stormy, I'm not usually in the redheads, as my mom is one, and we mix like oil and water. Well, that sounds familiar, Stormy. I prefer the dark-haired girls myself. Well, Stormy, my past is not, I do not look like I was a gigolo, and I'm actually proud of it. But there's a lot of things that are, you know, off of that list back in my early days. And yes, I am like you. I normally always migrate to darker haired women, Italians. I'm right now personally on the second Italian in a row. This one is a lot better. Still fucking completely nuts, but a lot better than the first one. The first one was evil and nuts, which. But there is something about redheads. It's kind of like the fruit that you can't have, but I want it. She's good. She's good. A lot of tattoos. A lot of something to look at while you're docking. Cobra says, what is the smallest 10mm pistol you have? Well, Cobra, I don't know if you're going to call this cheating or not, because the smallest 10mm pistol I have is technically, well, at birth was not a 10 millimeter pistol. But dimensionally, and as long as we're here, Sharky, the SIG Mauser M2, which they just over-engineered the shit out of this. They basically used the same barrel for 9, 40, and 45. They just simply kept boring it out, so they actually would take more of that barrel away for the 45. So Jay at Elite Ammunition made it a personal mission of his to take this, which started off life as a 40 cal, and if you remember what the shiny thing is, oh, just missed it. Missed it by that much. So it's cool. There's a lot of the snappiness of the. It kind of feels like you're shooting a 9 millimeter on this thing because it's got the rotating barrel in it. It has this funky safe fire on the back. The might have to J-dog it or something. The trigger is what makes the trigger kind of hideous is it has a lot of creep, and all the way along on that creep, it's like. Yeah, it's been a while since I've even taken this thing apart. I know you gotta flip the lever up. Oh, you gotta flip the lever up, and then you gotta align it in a perfect spot and then pull that. Yeah, that's the only thing about it is it would be a good self-defense gun though. I mean, it's not like it's a hair trigger, you know, it's like, here's a weird thing, after playing around with it a little bit, it already feels good than while it was sitting. What I need to do is just cake the inside of it with mother's polish and then wear like a full shield and go out to the range and shoot it and let it self-polish. So yeah, you flip that towards safe and you back over and you're good to go. So you got that, and then your reset is long, but yeah, this would be the little guy. I don't know if this counts because it did not start life out as a 10 millimeter. And I do enjoy shooting it. I got this from Jay at Elite Ammunition. When he started letting some of his babies go, he wanted to sort of, like he said, keep them in the family. I think the holster that I have, that Armed Civilian, I think that was the name of it, that made for me, I think I figured out that this actually works in it. I mean, I wouldn't want to hang upside down, so I could, in theory, actually carry it. Jay gave me, shit, I don't even know how many mags. I think I'm using number 1. I think there's like 6 or 7, maybe 7 or 8 mags for this. And of course, the reason that the mags work out so well is they also made this in SIG 357, and the SIG 357 is the same size as a 10 millimeter. So this particular mag is a 40 or Smith & Wesson, and got a bunch of mags. I haven't had an issue. It's fun to shoot. It doesn't feel as snappy as some small 10 millimeters feel because of that energy that's being used up by the barrel rotating. So, Cobra, this is the smallest thing that I have chambered in 10 millimeter. Now, if we were to expand our commentary beyond that, the next smallest is a tie, and that is the 1066 and the 1076. They are both smaller than a 1911 with the 4-inch barrels. They're awesome guns. Kind of wish that the 66 had the same texturing as the 1076. I love both of these. I love both of these guns. They're both extremely fun to shoot. They're not. I don't own a Safe Queen. That's kind of like why my purchasing agent, when he finds me stuff, doesn't want to go for it needs to stay in the special box, and it needs to go in the safe, and it needs to be looked at and never enjoyed. He never sends me anything that tips that scale because, case in point, my very, very limited edition Blackhawk revolver in 10 millimeter was unfired for 20-something years until moi owned it, and then I did what was intended. I enjoyed it, and I open the little gate and spin the cylinder and put a ring on the cylinder. Oh well. So this one, very, very low production number. They didn't make very many of these. This one is, in theory, this one is probably worth even more than this one, which is a true FBI trade-in. You know, it would be really cool is if the FBI was adiosed, and then you have something that belonged to the FBI. Well, it's like, what is this FBI thing that you have? Never even heard of them. Oh yeah, they went bye-bye. So yeah. And it'd be really if the question came up, you had to get rid of one of these, what would it be? Well, first of all, I don't want to answer that. Second, I'll just say that I really, really love the 1066. But it's kind of like your wife had identical twins, and then someone says, which one are you going to get rid of? Don't want to answer that. So Cobra, if something that started off life as a 40 cal and is now a 10 millimeter, that's the smallest. Otherwise, these two guys are the smallest 10 millimeter pistols, legitimate pistols in the collection. Thank you. And thank you for the question. Me likey questions. Tom says, friends may come and friends may go, and friends may peter out, you know. But I'll be your friend through thick and thin, peter out or peter in. Tom, I'd rather show her my Peter than you, but thank you, Tom. And I do look forward to he wants to take a vacation where they circle the Great Lake of Lake Superior, or maybe all of them, I don't know. And seeing how I'm at the head of the lake, he'd stop and we have some cowbell action. You know, it's not as much fun because it's only 100 yards, and personally I'd want the cowbell thing to be 300, but wouldn't be able to do anything like Tannerite or anything like that at Island Lake. David says, I'm not at work. Ever. Smart Money says, so being an author is not working? And David says, sadly, not in the eyes of many. I write 60 plus hours a week for an average of 4 months to produce just one book. And I don't draw any pay. Thank you for knowing that. Smart Money says, focus to the goal. Yeah. I mean, I realize Jolson, if he really wanted to drive, but David will be at Warrior Brewing, I believe, on Saturday. Let me see if I can... Let me see if I can confirm that. Saturday at Warrior Brewing, correct? I just want to give people your time. Hey Google, what's the temperature outside?
Currently in Duluth, it's 42 degrees.
What's the weather forecast for Sunday?
Sunday in Duluth, there'll be snow, with a high of 35 and a low of 25.
How much snow on Sunday?
It'll snow approximately 4.1 inches in Duluth Sunday.
4.1, not 4.2?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
That's what she said. David said...
I'm always inspired by the words of wise women. Here's a quote I love. Martha Washington said, "The greater part of our happiness or misery depends upon our dispositions, and not upon our circumstances."
Yeah, that was fascinating. David says, I'm 76 years old and failing. I won't see the end of the world. Winning. Smart Money says, you are assuming that there is a tomorrow. Matt Davis says, yep. And the question is, should I finish this beer? Castle Danger. Yeah. Matt Davis says, cheers all. Cheers, Matt. You know what? I want to drink this sooner than later, so... we'll have to compromise on the amount of head that I'm getting right now. Bad. Jolson says, you should make a business card holder out of scrap wood from a flooring job. Actually, Jolson, what I thought would be cool is you can buy on Amazon a stack of like wooden coasters, and my banker said, I don't want to sit here and say that I'm trying to spend your money, but buy a decent laser, because you're going to want to be able to put stuff on more things than just this. But imagine handing out coasters that have 454 fluorine and more, all the information laser engraved on them. And he goes, I'm just telling you this because I know several businesses that one of their number one marketing things was to get a decent laser. Something that would stand up to like years of use. And I started thinking about it going, yeah, I would, if I had a laser, I would be doing my own holsters so I knew what they were. The frickin' magazines to be able to just take this, and I mean this one's got information on it, so I know where this guy goes. But I've got so many fucking mags that I don't have a clue what they are for. To actually get a laser and be able to put what it's for right there. Maybe even mag number 1, like Jay. Put dots on them, so but yeah, I thought it'd be well, right now I have a business card holder, but I mean, what good is it, Jolson? I don't have some place to put business cards. I don't have a brick and mortar. I mean, I could make something like that and leave it over at Superior Floor Care. But yeah, I just thought it would be worth the money. Like Superior Floor Care would give them out for me. I could put them right on the counter. Instead of business cards, coasters. Like I said, you can go on Amazon and buy the coaster that's blank, and then invest in a decent laser. He said he goes. This is the one time that it would be worth. Don't go for the bottom line. Get something that, you'll have it for years, and then you'll be using it on. I absolutely would be using it on other things. I'd love it for just fucking magazines alone. Joseph says we need cowbell, and Mr. 27 says yes. Okay, I got the suppressed one. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Even the haters still hate this one. Oofta. Mr. 27 says 30th. If I use my imagination, I can almost see what her tits look like. I mean, it's like right there. Then Miss 27 says, intro Ram Brew Bomi. Nice. Then he says, hazy mango. It's been a while since I've tried a new good IPA. It was okay. Then he says, unsmile moneyed. That sounds like a crime. And Smile Money says, monkeying around with a perfectly good firearm is in fact smile money. Even removing parts you previously smile moneyed. Mr. 27 says, hi, Captain Kirk. He says hi. I say, yes. Dark hair, big boobs, curvy, yeah. Miss 27 says, Caitlin, stop beating the captain. Yeah, Caitlin, yeah, I mean, that's captain abuse. Miss 27 says, where's Brew Matt's sister? Wow, looks like the entrance to the cave. Hello? 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 Hello?
Fake news. Fake news. Fake news.
Then he says, so, are we getting some sweet, sweet cowbell time? Oh, yeah, you got it. Wade says, it's amazing all natural catastrophes can be averted if we just send the government or libs more of our money. Oh, yeah, it's amazing what they can do with a few dollars more. You know, it's a real bummer. I am all out of Limburger cheese. She's like, tell me lies, you little prick. EMT says, I3, John J., you got some place I can eat around here? I3. Whoops. Sorry. I3, Kev Dog, is a hit. But now you have to you got to ask yourself a question. Are you going that way or that way? Wade, mineral oil, baby oil, is good to clean diamond stones and hones. It also gives you moist hands. Wow. Thanks, Wade. Sharkey, cheers all. Oh, another package? Here we go. Then he says the planet will be fine. We're screwed long before the planet is. Love George Carlin's take on that story. George Carlin was way ahead of his time. Sharky says, G, golf 1. G, nice pro level shit going on right here. G1 is a miss, as you well know. Colonel Mustard is still in the wind, kids. So it'll be interesting to see if the boys, what the fuck? I said, it's a hit, and I put a white peg in the center of it. Sorry. I3. I3 is supposed to be one of those red peggy thingies. Be interesting to see if the boys just put this on the bottom of the ocean and call it a day, or they try to go for Colonel Mustard. Oh, I suppose I never had. Did I even have a Colonel Mustard item? Where are any of the items? Oh, yeah, it was that camp table, this pad, some spongy shit, a axe sharpener. Oh, the knife wasn't it? This was the Colonel Mustard item. My Rambo knife. I want a real Rambo knife someday, but like the real one from the first movie is expensive. You get an edge on this. This would not be bad. This back, you could probably get right through like a big wooden mallet. Plus, it's got the space where you can, at a bare minimum, I would put some fire starter down in there and maybe a ferro rod. I mean, could use at least that as your backbone. So, yeah, so it's that camp table, one of these, some stretchy shit, one of those axe or sword sharpening pucks, and this was the Colonel Mustard item. Just kidding. Not even. Which means now we're getting close. I'm going to have to put the next care package together. Janet, Bobby. Yes. Except for the bud. Sharky says SH. Bomi Simmons. Oh, Lord, no. Bad says, greetings, Captain. Greetings, Bad. And then he says, I've been watching the series Picard on Paramount Plus. It's a bit slow and not very action-packed, but I think it's a decent series. Have you seen it, and what are your thoughts? At the time, the biggest complaint is so many of the spin-offs, you know, these fuckers were taking knees, putting up pictures of everybody taking a knee, and I'm like, okay, the doctor is a homosexual. They got kissy scenes with what? Yeah, fuck Discovery. That is such a I don't give a shit. Take the name Star Trek off of it and put fucking homos in space, woke fucking bitches series. Picard. There was some shit in the Picard series, but I think maybe when they started doing that, they were already seeing the amount of heat that Discovery was taking, and people were like, you know, fuck you. You know, there's other shit I can watch. Just because it's called Star Trek doesn't give you an automatic pass, you know, to have your big, wet, yeah, fucking homos. Be who you want to be. Be it where you are. I don't want to see the straight couple slapping lips in the backyard, just like I don't want to see the lesbians. They were kind of cute. You know, but you know what I'm saying. Picard got a little bit better towards the end. I mean, Jerry Ryan is in there, so I watched the whole thing. I would recommend it. Unlike Discovery, I would not recommend that to anybody but some homo piece of shit that wants to watch another homo kiss each other in the med bay. Really. Oh, and that was the last comment. So, where do I put West Coast IPA? I actually really like this. In the scheme of things, I'd probably give this a 9. It's very drinkable. If I had more, I realize it doesn't have the juice level of what Matt really likes, but I might have to pick up a case of this and share a few with Matt over the grill this weekend and get what his thoughts on this, because I like this because it's very natural. It's bringing those hops. It's using what I think should be used. It's not using it's not fruitaceous. So I'm gonna give this a 9, and I might pick. Well, I'm gonna see if I can. You know what? I'm just gonna pick some of this up tomorrow when I run errands, because I want Matt's feedback on that. In the club, Rich is here first. 30 minutes ago, saying cheers, clubbers. Mr. 27 says, brew, Bomi, brew, club time. Cobra says, I'm in the clubhouse now. Oh, wow. I must be dreaming. I know. It's like a life goal for a lot of people. And Smile Money says, here for another Friday show prep club meeting. Cheers. Okay, we'll revisit that. So, the one thing I'm wondering, only because I really want to know, may or may not be revisiting Naughty and Nice from Nana, but I picked up the oh, maybe I picked up the wrong one. Spicy. Oh, I think this is the first one. Then there's the medium, and then there's the. I know it's an IPA, and it should be something different, but hey, let's give it a try. somehow that's going to be involved on Sunday, I believe. Make sure my tactical knife hasn't been reviolated. Okay, a good IPA with my... It's kind of a running right now. What's my favorite Bloody Mary mix? Nana's. Naughty and Nice, I want to say. Nothing wrong with Filthy, but definitely nothing wrong with Filthy. I would easily make a Bloody Mary out of that right now. Oh, being, wow, being that this is not an IPA that has any fruit flavors to it at all, and it stays real natural, this is excellent. Wow. Okay. Okay, I'm going to hit the button. And let's go check the actual video and see if there's any funkiness. Accounted for. Mr. 27, that's a yummy looking redhead brew bomy with big brew jugs. That one got pulled. Even though you are an operator on this channel. Accounted for. Salty. On your mark, get set, naked. Got pulled. There you go. It's everything. Okay. This should be live before Locked and Loaded on Rumble. So I hope to see you there. As always, thanks for hanging out with me. Cheers.